Hello and welcome to Medical Bulletin. This is me, Nana, with you. Today's headlines. Second-hand smoke kills 6 lakh people in India annually, World Health Organization says. Resveratrol brings new hope for Alzheimer's patients. UAE's elderly are biggest spenders on health. Prime Hospital's new service connects newborns with families worldwide. Midlife obesity may spur risk for earlier Alzheimer's. Multiple sclerosis linked to lower levels of vitamin D. Now, here are the news in detail. Second-hand smoke kills 6 lakh people in India annually, World Health Organization says.
About 40% of Indian adults are exposed to second-hand tobacco smoke at home. People who do not smoke themselves are vulnerable to various diseases because someone smokes at home, according to a latest assessment by the World Health Organization that highlights risk of second-hand smoking and the need to warn people who smoke. Despite India's regulation on public smoking, 30% adults are found exposed to second-hand tobacco smoke at work, the study said. Experts say second-hand smoking is as harmful as tobacco smoking, and there is an urgent need for public awareness as well as enforcement of existing laws and regulations. In India, smoke-free public places cover health and education facilities, public transport, government facilities, and workplaces.
Resveratrol brings new hope for Alzheimer's patients.
Over the years, resveratrol, an antioxidant found in grapes, chocolate and red wine, has been touted as a possible antidote to Alzheimer's disease, cancer, diabetes and many other conditions. Now, the first study in people with Alzheimer's suggests that the compound, when taken in concentrated doses, may actually have the benefit in slowing progression of this disease. Researchers at 21 medical centers across the United States looked at the safety and effectiveness of taking high doses of resveratrol in an experimental pill, equal to the amount found in 1,000 bottles of red wine, in people with mild to moderate Alzheimer's. The researchers looked at several biomarkers of Alzheimer's and found that people who took up to 4 pills a day for a year had higher levels of amyloid beta proteins in their spinal fluid than those who took a placebo pill.
UAE's elderly are biggest spenders on health.
The elderly are the biggest health spenders in the UAE, said the Dubai Health Authority at the Interactive Health Forum last week. This conclusion was based on data of the Dubai Statistics Center of the year 2012. The 55-plus group represents 13% of the total health expenditure, even though this group only represents 3% of the total population, pointed out the DHA. Among the elderly, those older than 65 years spend more on health than any other age group. The high expenditure among the elderly is a pattern seen in most countries, said Haider Yusuf, Director of Health Finance at the DHA. In the last years of their life, people tend to spend more on health than in previous years.
Prime Hospital's new service connects newborns with families worldwide.
Enhancing the unique family experience it offers to patients, Prime Hospital has launched the innovative Look at My Baby service to enable parents and families experience the first moments of newly born babies and stay connected with them round the clock. The service, the first of its kind in the UAE and the region, will help mothers who deliver at Prime Hospital stay connected around the clock through their mobile phones or PCs to their newly born babies in NICU and nursery. Family members worldwide will also be able to connect with the newborn and experience its first moments.
Midlife obesity may spur risk for earlier Alzheimer's.
New research says people's weight in middle age may influence not just whether they go on to develop Alzheimer's disease, but when. Obesity in midlife has long been suspected of increasing the risk of Alzheimer's. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health reported that being overweight or obese at age 50 may affect the age years later when Alzheimer's strikes. Among those who eventually got sick, more midlife pounds meant an earlier onset of disease. It will take larger studies to prove if the flip side is true, that keeping trim during middle age might stall later in life Alzheimer's.
Multiple sclerosis linked to lower levels of vitamin D.
Multiple sclerosis is strongly associated with genetically lower levels of vitamin D, according to a new study by researchers from Canada. The Multiple Sclerosis Foundation estimate more than 4 lakh people in the US have multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease that affects the central nervous system. It is hard to predict, its rate of progress is difficult to figure, and researchers do not fully understand its causes. It is most widespread, disabling and permanent neurological condition affecting young adults across the world.
So that's it for today. Take good care of your health.